So the next step before I assemble the head is I'm going to go through and clean all of the valves. So this is the set of the valves that were not bent. So I'm going to go through the intake and the exhaust valves. I'm going to use a little bit of Scotch-Brite and we'll clean them up. So we'll start with the exhaust valves because these are a little dirtier. So you can see all of this carbon buildup right here. So we want to make sure that we can clean this up so that when we go to lap them, we'll have the little suction cup device. We can make sure that that sticks properly. So a couple things. We want to make sure we don't damage the valve stem, right? And we don't want to damage the end as well because this is what butts up against the shim. So I've got a piece of hose that I cut. I'm going to make sure that the valve is down in there, and then I'm just going to push it into my drill. Hold that. I'll lock it down, and then I'm going to spray a little bit of WD-40, and I'll use a red Scotch-Brite. You're not supposed to use sandpaper. We're not trying to remove metal. We're just trying to remove the carbon buildup, and you don't have to focus on the edges. Focus on the face and then the back right here. It doesn't take too long. As you can see, it's already starting to clean off the top of that valve. We'll go a little bit longer there. Also, let's hit this right here. All right, you want to make sure you don't push too hard. You don't want the valve moving back into the drill, which I think it started to do. That works for me. All right, next I got to go through and lap each one of the valves. So this is a dual overhead cam engine, so there are 16 valves, right? 8 for each one of the camshafts. So what I'm going to do is grab one of the valves. So this is one of the intake valves, right? This is the intake side of the cylinder head. And this valve will be in here. I'm going to take a valve grinding compound and I'm going to put it right over the place where the valve is going to contact and seal. And I'm going to put the valve in, and then I have a valve lapping tool right here, and it will suction cup, and then I will just go around like this for 15 to 20 seconds. And I'm just lifting in between, and then we'll pull it out. And then we need to remove all of this valve lapping compound. We don't want any of this to be left in the cylinder head. So I'm probably going to go through with compressed air and make sure it's clean. And now there is a nice seal between the valve and the seat right here. All right, so I got to go through and do the other 15. All right, so now that the valves are done being lapped, I need to go in and remove this oil seal on each one of the valve guides. So I'm just going to take a pair of pliers and try and pull it off in one piece, but sometimes it breaks into little pieces, so I gotta keep doing it over and over again until it comes out. And I'm trying not to let any of these pieces fall into the head as well, because I already cleaned it. Then there's a little metal piece as well, little metal ring or spring that we need to also ensure we get out. Because when I was cleaning up the head, I did see one of those rings jammed in here. So apparently the last person that put these on didn't clean them out properly. So let's try another one. See if we get it first try. Nope. Yeah, this is really painful when you've got 16 of these you have to do and you struggle with a bunch of them. And there is still a piece on it. Oh, this is the worst. There we go. So I was just able to break it off. And then it came out. Make sure there's nothing else hanging around. All right, next, I'm going to install the new valve seals. I'm just going to put one of these on my pick. I'm just going to line up the, well, that didn't work. Wonderful. All right, let's back out. Let's try that again. So what I was gonna say is I was going to just put it on the end of my pick, and then I was going to push it down like that. Just like that. And I'll do the rest. All right, so the next step in the engine build is I wanna put the valves and springs and everything back in. These are the valves that were in it. There were no issues with those valves, so I'm gonna put them back in the exact place that I pulled them out. So that means I'll be able to put the buckets back in the same place. What I am gonna swap is the springs. So I found after posting on a Facebook group that the outer and inner springs are aftermarket. So these do not go together smoothly, which is not how stock is set up. Stock is set up like this, so that they freely move in and out. Jim Sawtell from the Facebook group, who is one of the big engine builders, he told me that you need to use a valve spring pressure tester. So you have to test the pressure of each of these springs, and then you have to shim them so that the pressure is the same across all of them. And these are more heavy duty. So I rather put these in the other engine that are gonna have the bigger pistons because they will have a larger displacement. So I'm going to use the valve springs from the other head and I will put them in here. So it's a little tricky because I got to grab valves from here, springs from over there, but I'll make it work. So what we need to do is put these back in the correct order. So this is exhaust number 1, which is right here. And then I'm going to put just a bit of this grease right here. And then I'll insert the valve from the bottom. I'll just spin it as it's coming through. And then we need to assemble the rest. So I've got 2 washers. Well, let's make sure these are clean before we put them back on. And I'm going to give this just one more quick clean before I put these washers down because I want to make sure this surface is clean. So I'm going to put the flat end down and then same thing here. I don't think this has a flat end. So push that down there. And on the springs, the wound should face the cylinder head. So this is a wound, this is tightly wound, and this is tightly wound. So these are going to go together like this, and they're going to drop down in there. And then we'll put this cap over top. And then we'll use a spring compressor, and we'll do the reverse. Make sure this is pushing against the other end of the valve. Then I'll start compressing this. We only want to push this in far enough so that we can get these back in. So the small end faces down. I got a small end of pliers. We'll do this. We'll get the other side in. Sometimes you just have to tighten them a little bit more so that they can drop in. And then once they're in, you can unscrew it like that. And it's recommended, just to make sure these are seated, to hit it with just a hammer like that. All right, and then we'll repeat the process for all of them. All right, so that took about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get all of these valves in. So now I've got the confidence that everything was done consistently and I don't have any issues like aftermarket springs that are too heavy or missing shims because there were only 6 shims for 8 valves. So I know a couple of these were set improperly. So now we have consistency across all of them. So let's flip this over, and it would be nice to do a little test to ensure that we don't have any leaking in these valves. So what I could do is plug each one of these and then pour some water in and then make sure that it doesn't leak down. All right, so I screwed a spark plug into each one of these. So let's fill up each one and ensure they hold water. All right, I'll let these sit for a minute and I'll see if any of them are leaking. All right, so I filled them up a little bit more and then I let them sit for a couple minutes and it looks like we're good. I don't see any draining. I'll lift it up and see if there's any water underneath. It's also a nice way to test how absorbent your shop towels are. Okay, and then let's check underneath. So it looks like we had a little bit of water out of this. So let's take a look and see what that is. All right, so it could be number 3. So I'll take another look at this. I left water in there again for a couple minutes. Let's move this and see. All right, I don't see any leaking, so I think we're in good shape. So I had a feeling the same thing happened last time. When I was trying to clean this up, it went down this hole and then it landed right there. So we should be good. All right, that's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to get notifications when I release new videos, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Take care.